While some came to see the world's famous Tarahumara long-distance runners, others came because of family ties. From a pot bowl made from scratch, many picked colorful bowls to enjoy their delicious soup on. This young man is admittedly undocumented, but he says he's trying his best to be a good person, and the woman who hired him hopes he can stay here and keep working. This 29-year-old Chihuahua native who doesn't want to be identified left Mexico 6 years ago because of danger during the height of the cartel war.
Uno de los motivos principales fue la delincuencia que se está viviendo allá en el país.
He says the main reason was crime. A family member was killed, and that's why they're scared in their own country. He applied for a visa to come to the U.S. and look for a better future for his family. He ended up in Las Cruces because of a job opportunity.
Con las personas que estoy trabajando estoy muy a gusto.
He says the people he works for are good people who know how to appreciate the work of a Mexican worker. The ranch owner who hired the worker, who also doesn't want to be identified, says she appreciates having a worker like him.
Not only is he a hard worker, but he is so kind, he is so honest. We can't do it without him. All this farm work cannot be done without him.
About a month ago, ICE was making raids in different areas of Las Cruces. Workers were afraid to even leave their homes.
Antes solíamos salir sábado, fin de semana,
He says they would go out on the weekends, take the kids out to have fun, and since the president's administration, it's not the same anymore. And they're still afraid of being pulled over by any law enforcement and be deported.
They fear the police, they fear ICE, they fear the Border Patrol. They're always on their best behavior. They always check to make sure every blinker works, everything works on the car, so they're not pulled over.
The American Civil Liberties Union says undocumented immigrants have the same rights as a U.S. citizen.
You always have the right to remain silent. If an officer comes to your door and they're asking you questions, if they pull you over when you're driving, if you're walking and an officer starts to ask you questions, you don't have to answer them.
The worker has hope everything will calm down and that the president, Donald Trump, will change his mind. He says the president should be more careful with what he says about Mexican people. He thinks 9 of 10 Mexicans come here to work and have a better future. If you have any questions, contact the ACLU office in Las Cruces or El Paso. Back to you guys at the desk. Runners from throughout the Southwest came to Las Cruces for a chance to run. With world-famous long-distance runners from the state of Chihuahua.
Well, I found out they were coming in March, and I just thought that it would be great to run with them. I know they run as a spiritual practice, so I thought that was very appealing to me.
He's talking about the Tarahumaras, natives of Copper Canyon in northern Mexico. It's the first time that Tarahumara runners came to Las Cruces, a chance for locals to meet with them and celebrate their culture.
You're gonna see the surprise, okay? And we're gonna get ready.
The waiting ended when the Tarahumaras arrived, welcomed with cheers and applause. Las Cruces veteran Casimiro Stevens wanted to be a part of this race, even if he wasn't able to run. He just wanted to meet the Tarahumara to remember his days in Copper Canyon.
We really enjoyed it down there, even though it was more or less old time, you know. But the people were very friendly, and we had a good time down there.
And now it was time to run.
Set! Go!
Many participants ran next to the Tarahumaras, but there were also residents who simply enjoyed watching them.
And I know of the Tarahumara Indians, and that I guess I was interested to see them run, and I was also interested in supporting them.
While some came to see the world's famous Tarahumara long-distance runners, others came because of family ties. Eloisa Alvillar was anxious for the runners to pass by. She made a scarf to honor their culture. Alvillar says, "My heart felt like this. I already had this made and I thought to give it to them because they are my family." She said it was an unforgettable moment of pride in her culture. It's a nice feeling. I know a lot of people support us from the heart, and we're on top of this race. It's a joy to us for them to join us today. Race organizers say the turnout was bigger than expected. Everyone got the chance to see some of the best distance runners in the world.
It's tough running against them.
They run in traditional sandals made from old car tires and sometimes even have to go barefoot. They're used to running hundreds of miles non-stop, so this was not even a respectable warm-up. But it was still a lot of fun for everyone. How's the run?
It was fine.
Melissa Barraza, News 22. Tonight on News 22.
Parts of Interstate 10 are shut down due to gusting winds.
Javier Gutierrez takes us to all the festivities that took place over the weekend during Earth Day.
And downtown Las Cruces is making one more step towards revitalization.
All that and more on News 22 Tuesday.
Serving southern New Mexico, this is the award-winning KRWG-TV News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Melissa Barraza.
And I'm Michael Navarrete. We have just learned that minutes ago, the Doña Ana County Commission has voted to fire the county manager.
County Manager Julia Brown has been under fire for months. Deputy County Manager Chuck McMahon was appointed acting county manager. We will have more on this story tomorrow on News 22 Wednesday.
State legislatures in New Mexico are taking their governor to court. Governor Susana Martinez used a veto to cut funding for state universities and the legislature itself.
As Lacey Mitri reports, lawmakers believe that violated the state constitution.
Democrat-led legislature petitioned the New Mexico.
The governor's office says the lawmakers want to raise taxes, and she's the only one standing in their way. The Supreme Court has not set the date yet to hear the lawsuit.
Another money issue facing the governor is funding for higher education. Martinez vetoed the funding for higher education last week.
Chancellor Gary Carruthers says that the NMSU community must hold strong that the issue will be resolved. If you've been around downtown, then you might notice some major changes occurring, and kiosks will soon be one of those changes. They will be placed to provide free Wi-Fi for visitors who attend events or shops in the area. This is just one plan the city is trying to do in its revitalization plan. Construction is expected to return on Church and Water streets in the next 6 weeks. Resurfacing downtown streets will be the final improvement for the downtown revitalization.
Stay tuned, Jacka will be back with your national forecast.
And later, News 22's Selena Quintana brings us a story about a dog with a special job. More on that when News 22 continues.